we're back here at GSL Codas, a very one-sided series with Hero just slapping down Sulky. I mean, complete domination.
Yeah, it was completely one-sided. First game, really good strategy from Hero. Second game, we just kind of killed him. Just kind of walked across the map and killed him. Yeah, it was weird, man. We've been seeing a couple games like that here and there where Protoss just kind of moves out and kills the Zerg because the Zerg just didn't quite do everything right.
Yeah, so the second game was a little bit more disappointing from Sulky. Game number one, I was like, well, what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. You got successfully duped. Going on to game number two, we got Maru against Curious. Your predictions, Artosis?
I think Curious takes it.
I think Curious 2-1.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate right there. Maru is great. The Marine Prince, as many call him. As long as Curious plays Curious style and not what he did last season, which was a bunch of cheeses, like he's trying to mix more in like Happy is, but he's like Happy in the way that he's not really all that good at cheeses. And the thing is, Maru is the best cheese-holding Terran that I can even think of at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
He's so good at holding cheese.
Maru's super young here.
He's got his cheese mittens on.
He's got wouldn't want to burn his little tender hands. Where's those cheese mittens?
Well, the cheese mittens, man, he has like glue on them and stuff. You throw him some cheese, it's never come out of his hands.
There you go. Cheese mittens.
That's right. You could put metal in cheese and use a magnet. It's still
not all that different from the mittens that Nesty wears when he has to stop a meteor from hitting the earth. He just picks those and catches gloves. Yes, that's right. All right, guys, we're going on to game number one here between Maru and Curious here at GOMTV.net. Vegas. In the bottom left, one of our very young GSL players, but very skilled. Playing Terran, he is Maru. Maru Prime, excuse me. And in the upper left, a very solid Zerg. I think it's just the best way to sum him up. He's one of these Zergs you could never count out in a GSL. From the team Startail, he is Startail Curious.
All right. So, you know, you just mentioned ST, and it made me go on this funny little thought tangent while you were introducing the players. And you know how Nesty won the Nesty Award, then fell out of GSL altogether right afterwards?
Yeah.
Because like he made the record and then he was gone, which is kind of funny in and of itself. But it reminds me, I used to work at like a retail store with like, I don't know, I guess it had.
Is this the one that sold Christmas trees?
It was called Christmas Tree Shops, but it's not. It doesn't sell Christmas trees.
That's a terrible marketing plan. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, it's just some retail store. Not too different from like a Kmart or a Walmart or whatever. But anyways, they told me one day, they pulled me aside, like, hey, you're winning an award. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have the record for not ever calling out. Like, I never missed a day of work for longer than anyone else. So and the very next day I called out. I was like, this is stupid. I don't know. Like, I didn't even realize I was just going to work because I wanted to make money, but...
It's one of those moments where you realize somebody somewhere was like, I got a special award at work today for going in. I'm just never going to miss work. It's like, I'll take your award. And by the way, I'm having a migraine. I can't come in.
Yeah. Anyways, that was it.
All right, good. We're going to have a little bit of downtime here because they're both doing a very standard build. So yeah. I have to tell you about something weird because I had this dream last night.
Mm-hmm. Was it about me?
No, that's what was weird about it.
Yeah, that is weird.
That was weird.
I don't know. I think that actually you should go to a psychologist. It's kind of messed up.
I think I need some therapy. But I had this dream. By the way, this is just some actually. I'll get to this. This is not going to do much. This bunker here, by the way, guys.
This is to try to make him pull drones, but Curious is not biting.
He's not biting the babe. I had this dream that I saw Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam, and they were really, really ripped and shirtless, and they were playing guitars.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? That probably happens.
That probably happens. This is my first Mr. Bitter Rotterdam dream, guys.
It's kind of...
I don't know what this says about me or my latent homosexuality. I don't know, but I will say it was a great dream. And I woke up and I wasn't sure if it really was a dream.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe in the middle of the night, Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam were playing shirtless, ripped with guitars. And here was the weird thing: is Mr. Bitter had facial hair.
He sometimes has facial hair.
Does he sometimes?
Yeah.
Whenever I see him, he's normally cleanly shaven.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty clean-cut guy. But wow, that's actually kind of cool dream.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad dream. I woke up feeling, like refreshed.
Were they like ripped like Brad Pitt in Fight Club ripped, or ripped like Caldor ripped?
They were Brad Pitt in Fight Club ripped.
Oh, that's the best.
That's the best kind.
There. That's the type of ripped I would be if I had a genie that gave me 3 wishes.
Instead, we're gonna have to make do with our soggy, pasty nerd bodies.
Yes. Yes, indeed. All right.
Well, I'm glad I got that confession out there.
That is an awesome
I feel a lot
dream,
better.
Man. Yeah.
It's hard to remember dreams. I might as well put that one out there before it just deteriorates in my memory. All right, so we got the third command center here.
Yeah, it's a really, really quick third one. Andy's not going reactor Italians, so that means that he's actually going to have like a lot more Marines than Zergs are used to. And especially since he went for the 3 command center, like he's going to move out with a huge push. And in these close positions, I really like this choice as far as strategies go. I really do. It looks like he'll probably move out at 2-2. He's getting his 2 E-bases, and he has 3 command centers, skipping Hellions. It's going to be a push at 2-2 that is unbelievably powerful. Yep. Curious has to start being so greedy right now if he wants to stop it, because that's what Maru's done here.
Maru's got some of the best pushes
he's really
in
good
Starcraft
at it.
2, easily. And he reinforces those pushes better than I think SC4 you did.
Yeah. SC is gone, by the way, Tasteless. I don't know if you heard this. You know he's gone forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, still, historically, he's got some of the best pushes.
Oh, no,
hands down.
I loved SC. He was great. I'm sure that Lal will enjoy his games when he gets good at it. Well. All right, so, I mean, these Marines walking around and stuff, this is the type of pressure he's doing. It's like this weird feigned pressure that has no chance of actually doing damage.
Well, he could deny creep.
Yeah, I mean, he just slowed down 2 tumors, right? So that's pretty good, I guess. In fact, he keeps on going back to do it again. Look at that. He actually got him. Nice. That's totally worth a couple Marines right now. Wow, he just keeps
really
doing
nice.
it. Curious has to be mildly annoyed by that.
Probably.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this build by Maru, I'd so have to say it again, I love the choice for these spots in this map. If he was cross spots, it'd be a lot harder to get across there, but he's going to be across the map really quickly with this. And it's going to be so powerful when he gets over there. In fact, the layer is not even halfway done, and his 1-1's finishing up. He just has to throw down that armory really soon, though, so that he can actually hit this timing just right. And there it goes. The armory just went down. So that is exactly what he's doing, and seriously, like, Curious has to have so much to stop this with. He's going to be behind in everything.
Be in serious trouble here.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I like. This is one of the things I like about Maru is his really distinct style of play. It's funny actually because we've been doing this for over 2 years now, guys. Just the GSL. We've been casting for video games for way longer than that, especially Starcraft 1. But it's funny because I've gotten to watch, since I'm older than almost all the players here in GSL, I've gotten to watch them grow up.
That's true.
It's so funny. It's so cute because I remember how shy Maru was.
Yeah, I remember the first time I met Flash, he was such a little kid. But hold on, this is a really nice move here by Curious. If he can actually kill his Marines off, it's a pretty big deal. But
now the Medivacs are just too good.
Yeah, that +1/1 in Stim just totally spelled disaster for those links. But what you're saying, Taste, is so true. We've watched. I remember when Nada was a little kid.
I remember when Jadong was a little kid.
And now Nada's like as tall as me and ripped.
Yeah, I think he's actually taller.
And like a millionaire.
He's
he's.
When exactly was the moment where Nada got ripped, by the way? I just remember one day I walked into the room.
It was after he was done being the best player in the world.
I think that's
actually true.
I just remember walking into the studio one day and Nada's like completely jacked, and I was like, oh. That's interesting. But he was not in my dreams like Mr. Bitter in Rotterdam playing guitar, unfortunately.
Well, look at this. Maru doing just a little bit of harassment, showing off his micro, because all he's doing at home is sitting there macroing.
Look at the spread here.
Yeah, and anything he can get done right now, these are not like super important Marines or anything. He doesn't want to lose them, obviously, but he can easily pick them up. He knows that his opponent's not going to be going for mutas. Not against this.
No, no.
And not in these spots, because if he did, and Maru go, ha ha ha, and then just kill him in a couple minutes.
He'd walk out of his base doing a C-walk going la 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 la, just kill him.
That's basically what it would be. But right now his 2-2's about halfway done, so this push will be coming pretty soon. His first siege tank, though, is really, really... Okay, there you go. He's adding 2 facts. So this isn't... I thought he was going to move out exactly at 2-2, but with the tanks starting this late and the 2 factors going down right now, it might be a little bit later than that, right? Because you want to have some siege tanks with this. If you're going out with just Marines, or just Marines and like 2 siege tanks or something, which is what he's going to have when 2-2 finishes, then infestors are going to eat you. Like, you're just going to die. So it's going to be a little bit later than that, which is fine. It's still going to be a very powerful push. And the Hive is not quite halfway done. So he's still going to find a sweet spot timing where this is going to be really powerful.
Retreating now. Nice save there at the last second. Over here for the Zord Curious. His Spire's about halfway done. His 4th base just getting up and running right now, getting both of those gases. And 2 tech labs coming in here for these 2 factories. Oh, a little drop over here.
Well,
it's actually really smart of him to get the extractor because he's guaranteed to kill that. Unlike the hatch.
Yep. Oh, it picks up a little bit too late.
Oh,
and it looks like he will end up losing that.
Oh,
well done by Curious to kill that off.
Yeah, I thought that was actually going to get away.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to for a moment. Well, he's just going to continue keep sending out drops. He's going to go ahead and take that expand. Has no idea about the Greater Spire yet, as we just saw.
He might suspect it, but yeah.
He actually is doing the little push at 2-2 with only 2 tanks, which is what I was saying. You probably shouldn't ever get killed by infestors. We'll see if I'm right about that.
Regrouping over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Artosis.
I feel almost like that was good for Maru that Curious delayed the landing of that command center. Because if he were to actually like overcommit with just 2 siege tanks, he'd be in a lot of trouble. But he's about to have like a lot of siege tanks, so he can start moving very soon here.
All right, as you can see, Zerg just wants to make sure that command center can't land or lands as late as possible. Now we do have a medevac drop coming up here. In fact, 2, 1 on the left, 1 on the right.
And he's actually moving right into the Spore Crawler. Nice by Curious. In fact, he has a lot of stuff here. He has the Infestor with a lot of energy, enough for 2 fungals.
He actually does get all the Marines out.
Yeah. And
actually, this could... oh, it's going to be cleaned up. But, oh, nice denial there. Looks like he got that hatchery at the last second. That was not a cancel.
Ouch. A little bit painful. Notice also that Maru actually has more supply than Curious, despite losing a couple medevacs here.
Yeah. Maru's good at pushing, man.
Yeah, and this push is going to be very frightening, but it's a little bit slower than it looked like he originally wanted, so it's still a bit scary, because 5 Broodlords are on the way. 2-2 is finishing up for Zerg, and, I mean, that's why I thought it was going to be a 2-2 push, part of it at least. It comes before the Broodlords and before they have 2-2, so you're up on upgrades. Whereas now he has to wait for the 3-3 to actually be up on upgrades.
All right, he's pushing forward now. This is probably the safest location to push, but there's a counterattack over here. There could be enough SCVs to repair this. Oh, yeah. Beautiful fungals.
It's just amazingly good fungals. His siege tanks are so far behind right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they are so far behind. That was a big mistake.
He almost got that hatch, by the way.
Yeah, and instead of getting it, he lost a lot of Marines and has to back up. And that's just a missed siege of those tanks. I feel like Maru has some great ideas here.
Because
and mechanically he's playing very well, but he's not doing it. You know, he's being a little bit slow with things. He's not quite positioning correctly, and these are normally things he's quite good at.
Okay, most random siege tank in the world. That's
yeah,
right.
So.
Cut that out. Nope. Perhaps even more random. What is he, scouting with his tank?
Yeah, I think he just was. I think he wants to suicide the tank to kill the hatchery.
Oh, I see.
What's he going to do? There's an infested Terran there.
Well, this is entertaining.
This is
all right, now we know who wins that fight.
Yeah.
In case anybody was curious, now we know. We got to the bottom of that.
Well, one guy in this game is curious.
That's true.
Zerg player. His ID is curious.
Yes. Yes, I can hear this. Thank you. All right, well, he should really pick up the tanks with the
he's going to get those bungled. Very likely. Will he? Quite. Yeah, there you go. And they do die. So, yeah, Maru just not really executing anything all that well so far.
He's going to get this hatchery. Oh, wow, he did.
And there you go.
That was actually super smart by Maru. Okay.
Yeah, that's
the tanks
actually
do so much damage.
That was his plan with it the whole time, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, nice little drop going down by Maru. But don't forget, he just lost a lot of units. He is remaxing because his economy is insanely good, though.
Well, we do have the center of the map occupied right now by Curious.
And this drop actually doing a lot more damage than you would think it would. In fact, he's going to get the Queen and then a bunch of drones as well. Wow.
Maybe Curious hadn't checked the upgrades there.
And Maru's taking another base and all this. He's just kind of, you know what he's doing? He's guerrillaing his way through this game.
Yeah.
He's being a gorilla, Tasteless. Not a bonobo monkey, but a gorilla.
That's Tasteless, a bonobo monkey.
Yes.
And Artosis is, I don't know, you're like a lemur or something. I don't know if you're in the ape section, I'm not sure.
No.
But
I'm a three-toed sloth.
That's yes.
Anyways, we do have a lot of Vikings out at this point. So many fungals going down.
All right, the nice spread here by the Vikings, but isn't going to be enough.
God, the fungals
I can't even keep track of how many corruptors there are. Oh man, he might actually just go across the map and kill him now.
Wow. A lot of damage being done there, but Maru is still dropping, going after this hatchery now. Does Curious actually have enough to save it? Looks like he does. But in the meantime,
the real story is his attack down here.
Now he has 10 infestors there. He still has a decent amount of energy on him and a lot of corruptors. So Vikings are really not the answer to this quite yet until he gets some more out. He only has 2, 4 more on the way, but he definitely needs more than that.
All right, throwing up some investors. I don't know if he's... Oh, no, never mind. There's a stream of Zerglings coming down here, so he is not overextending by any measure. I think we're slowly going to see Maru get choked out here.
It is looking like it, Tastes, but you know Maru's done a great job killing off a lot of what Curious has. But the thing is, with these cost-efficient units already in his base, Maru does not have much chance to do anything.
Yeah, I think one. Okay, there you go, GG.
Well played by Curious. Maru, I really liked a lot of his play. It wasn't like a complete... You know what he's going for?
The idea was good, the execution was bad.
You know what he's going for? He's going for playing like he's the complete package, like an MVP or
like
something.
Like Flash or something.
Yeah, and that fell short a little bit in the way he really ended up executing it. But it was cool.
See Gerard go in there?
Yep.
We're going to give him some advice. Gerard, a very good coach.
And Curious, no advice for him. Stay curious. Keeps you young.
It does. All right. Maru just having some of that Hot 6, which sponsors the GSL. Delicious energy drink.
Yeah. And, well, what do you think? Antigua Shipyard's next map. You think Maru can take this one?
I think so.
Yeah, I actually think he will take this one. He played well that game.
Well, it was like the attacks.
It was a weird game.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Actually, honestly, my favorite part was the part where he hit the tank to get the hatchery.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was like a really good understanding of the DPS of the tank.
Yeah.
And the fact that the splash damage is going to help against the building, which might sound silly, but honestly, guys, not a lot of people use units like that.
No, not very often. We've seen MMA do some similar type things.
Yeah, where like Brood Lords are hitting him, he picks up his tanks and drops over somewhere else.
On infestors. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, Antigua Shipyard is our map now, and this is really going to be good for strategies of that style where you do a massive push across the center. It's a short map. You can get that high ground. It's going to be hard for Curious to have a 4th base and a 5th base.
Sure.
Especially since Maru showed a lot of drop harassment there.
All right, guys, we're going on to game number 2. Here in Seoul, Korea, the best gamers reside. Participate in the best esports tournament of all time, the